Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Jensen from Dean's Chat. If you're on the fence as to whether you want to join the American Podiatric Medical Association, jump on in. It's a new APMA. Whether it's advocacy concerns, scope of practice, billing and coding, consider membership at the APMA as your professional insurance. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dean's Chat, where we talk about all things podiatric medicine. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Jensen. I'm the Dean at the Arizona College of Podiatric Medicine and the co-host for the Dean's Chat podcast. Once again, I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Joanna Richey. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous, and I'm looking forward to heading off to the SAM meeting in Florida in 2 weeks.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. I mean, we have beautiful weather here in Arizona. But come on, any excuse to travel to Florida sounds like a good one to me.
Sounds good. So I've often had people ask me, what does SAM mean, right? And it means Science and Management Symposium. And it's one of the older, more established, one of the best conferences that we have in the podiatric profession. And we are honored and privileged to have two main contributors to SAM with us today from Florida, Dr. Larissa Schmidt and Dr. Tim Miller. Welcome to Dean's Chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, you're so welcome. Let me give you just a little more formal introduction here. Larissa is the immediate past president of the Florida Podiatric Medical Association. She's wearing multiple hats at the SAM meeting. She is the 2026 poster and case competition chair. She's also the student quiz bowl chair. And Dr. Miller is currently the Florida Podiatric Medical Association secretary, and he is the exhibitor chair. So we're covering a lot of bases today. And if it's okay with you, let's go first names. If it's all right, Larissa, Tim, Joe, Jeff.
Love it.
Absolutely.
And thank you.
Well, I'd love to hear from each of you. What is the thing that you're the most excited about? Every conference has new things, has innovation, has exciting changes that have happened from year to year. And sometimes there's something that you're really excited about. So Larissa, we'll start with you. What's something you're really excited about this year's SAM?
Wow. So I think what's special for me is kind of seeing what's in the secret sauce. There are so many wonderful parts. It's a very, very inclusive conference. It has everything for everyone. So my favorite part, as generalized as it seems, is just really watching the magic happen. We say it every year. We don't quite know how it comes together, and it comes together well. This year, we have a lot of exciting things that I'm happy to get into with you all about. But on a general level, I'm going to kind of stay aerial as far as leading it off. But everything from our youngest to, as in Florida, we say our more mature practitioners, we have something available for you. And watching it kind of come to life with a breadth of wonderful speakers to wonderful industry partners to promoting our young practitioners, our students, and even pre-professional individuals who are able to come out and see what we do within our profession. We are also able to bring in a lot of politicians and kind of show off what we do as a profession. So I'm kind of more generally thrilled to kind of watch all the pieces and parts fall into place.
Oh, I love that. And to your point of having something that a little bit of everything for everyone really helps make it a very inclusive environment. So I'm excited to kind of pull back the curtain on a couple of those as well as we chat today. Tim, how about you? What are you the most excited about?
I only get one, huh? So
Ish, you could go. You know.
Okay. Well, we are going to highlight some events over the next couple of minutes, so I'm going to save those for some exclusive highlights. But as the exhibitor chair, one of the things I love about the exhibit hall that we have at SAM is that it's a small conference feel in a large conference environment. And what do I mean by that is that you are really able to connect with multiple exhibitors across multiple different specialties within our profession that really can provide such an in-depth help, assistance with office, with surgery, with assistance in the office, running practices, running operating rooms. And it's something that, to me, it's easy to drown out in these bigger conferences because sometimes you're overstimulated in some of the more national ones. But because we're on a smaller scale, quote unquote, what I mean by smaller scales, we have over 1,000 attendees. So it's really not a smaller scale, but the way that we have these relationships with the exhibitors, it feels that it's not such an overwhelming experience, and it's such a one-on-one personal relationship that you have that it's just incredible to see all aspects of our profession come together under one roof. Like Larissa was saying, our young and more seasoned practitioners meeting our young and more seasoned representatives from different exhibits and from different companies. And it's just a comprehensive experience. And it's amazing. And I absolutely love that.
That's awesome. Jeff, what are your thoughts?
So before we get into the specifics, I had a question for you. So Joe and I both had an opportunity to go to SAM last year, and it was a fabulous meeting. As an organizer, you probably take a week or 2 or 3 to kind of catch your breath and kind of like, oh man, that was a lot of work. When do you start revving up for the next year? Like, how long has 2026 been in play?
Yeah.
2026. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Larissa. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, a few.
No, so 2026 has been in place since 2025. And so usually in the Florida Podiatric Medical Association, we have a summer conference and we have the SAM conference. SAM usually is the end of January, summer's in the beginning of June. But we are planning for SAM the second 1 year is over because it's such a big undertaking. And we feel that it's not a burden at all, but it's such a responsibility that we need to push forward and to give our state. And even now we have multiple people coming from out of state. So it's really become almost a national experience for a lot of people.
Yeah. And this year we can certainly boast that, the Disney magic's at play. We kind of keep that under wraps sometimes. And I mean, discounted Disney tickets in January. I mean, really, it's when our locals truly enjoy that experience. So you get to have a little taste of not only the Sunshine State, but a lot of the perks, a lot of the family kind of effects that come with these sorts of opportunities.
So 1,000 registered docs, and then plus you've got all the exhibit halls and things. I can see where it takes a lot of planning, and I'm looking forward to coming in. In fact, when I got around to making my reservations too late, so I'm at a hotel next door. But it's that popular, so that's fabulous. Joe.
Yeah, we have good problems in the sense of sometimes, frustratingly working with hotel nights. Obviously, we love having one at the host hotel because it's a really great opportunity for some great discounts as well as kind of promoting our specialty. But I mean, it's a good problem, I guess, in that sometimes there's not enough room at the end. But I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's that popular. So that's fabulous.
Yeah.
And luckily, there are a lot of beautiful properties very close and adjacent. So I also, Jeff, am not on location directly for my hotel stay. But I'm actually really excited to check out a different hotel in that kind of Disney area, scoping out for future, perhaps family things. Sometimes it's really nice to just have to take care of myself with travel. So, but at some point, I mean, again, Disney in January sounds pretty spectacular. So that may be something we'll be talking about for 27, perhaps.
So let's start from the beginning of the conference. When are most people flying in? When does the conference officially start? And then we'll kind of work our way through the conference because there's some super events, evening events, things like that.
So the general schedule starts in and around Wednesday with a couple workshops that they're tying up in regards to promoting practice and efficiency of communication and things of that nature, ways of kind of helping your practice grow. The lectures start Thursday, and that's when our exhibit hall opens. Our structure is really unique. This is something that we don't mind changing. As you mentioned, SAM's a very established conference, which we're very, very happy to provide. But we're always growing and kind of pushing boundaries in the sense that the exhibit hall really has a big window from 11 to 2 midday, where, like Tim said, you can really connect, dive in. We have industry theaters, which are like little pop-up booths where we can really dive into the, non-CME type agenda on how our vendors work well with us and for our patients. Additionally, we'll be having events within the exhibit hall too. So we have a really great lunch there, lots of tables for camaraderie or commisery, however you like to put it, amongst fellow colleagues. And then we kind of run conferences throughout the course of the weekend, all the way through Sunday morning.
That's fantastic. And I think that's a great idea to expand the exhibit hours because it gives people time to catch up and it gives the exhibitors their just due, right? They're there, they're spending money, they want to talk to the podiatrist and see what their needs are and if they can help them. So that must be an interesting role also, Tim. I imagine you've been on the phone a little bit and emailing a little bit regarding exhibitor space and things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have an amazing supportive staff within the FPMA. Our CEO is Karen Lambert, and we have multiple support structures within the FPMA that really do help make my life easier. I never hesitate getting on a phone call or having a company meet in person to assist with Sam, and I love every second of that. But I really have to give credit to our staff at the FPMA because they help solidify a lot of the relationships too. But it's a lot of phone calls, a lot of time, a lot of techniques, but it's something that it's a labor of love, and it has become a true passion of the FPMA Executive Committee and the support staff. So it's been an amazing endeavor, and I'm looking forward to many more SAMs to come.
That's fantastic. Thank you. I mean, I always, whenever I go to meetings, I kind of look for hands-on workshops and something that I could learn, that I could employ the following week or in the near future in practice. So it's good that you have the symposiums and the workshops and whether they're CME or non-CME, the docs are going to go where they find incredible opportunity to learn more to help their patients.
Absolutely.
Sure. And just for a curveball this year, we do have like a sports theme. So every year we kind of bring in a theme to the mix. So, hopefully not too many referees in the crowd, but we'll be really kind of, rooting for our vendors and sponsors as well as our physicians as like champions within our industry. So it's going to be a lot of play, a lot of fun. As I mentioned, from early on stages, we have our student track that takes place on Saturday, as well as gaining some steam with them getting behind microphones with some exhibit hall action as far as our quiz bowl, outside of the learning opportunities that are at stake. And for other young practitioner events, as you mentioned, we do have our poster as well as our case presentations. Case presentations, I've kind of been watching this for a while. You have those who nail it. And I think that it really gives our young practitioners and really a lot of our residencies so much clout for the good work they do in the state of Florida, in the sense that these are cases that they're bringing to us. And with that, it's just beautiful because they stand up there and they have an awesome opportunity to speak to a ginormous audience where they may not have that opportunity elsewhere. So I feel like we're really gaining a lot of experience for them. And they have a whole, support system in the crowd rooting for them from their respective areas, which is a lot of fun to watch. Posters as well this year. I mean, every year we're gaining numbers and numbers. So we're managing that very well. And I'd like to thank everyone who really participates in a volunteering capacity as well, to aid the whole process. Again, Tim and I are just a few people out of the many that help. And it's really fun to kind of put this stuff together.
Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, the poster and case presentations, I think, is such a wonderful way to, as you pointed out, Larissa, really uplift our young practitioners that are learning how to present in front of a large audience. And that can be, I'm going to present my research at a poster and be able to interact with other people about my findings and defend my work or answer questions about it. Or it can come in a literal podium presentation about a case workup or case presentation. I'm curious, when did that start? Because that's a really nice opportunity, again, to allow them outside of just like a hospital M&M conference,
Right.
to really showcase a whole different learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And I'm going to round, I think it's our 19th year.
Wow,
if you believe that.
That's incredible.
And like historically, I was one of those residents. So, it is kind of full circle in that sense. And I'll tell you, it's awesome because our crowd is supportive. Okay. But they're also engaged. So I remember fielding questions because some of the practitioners in the room were like, but oh my gosh, like you're doing what? Like I have a question. And so for me as a resident, I was like, oh, I can answer this. I got this. So it's as much educational for the crowd as it is kind of an interactive opportunity. So I really like it. I mean, I think that our residents do, and I hope to encourage them to continue doing so.
And I mean, Florida has so many fantastic residency programs that,
Right.
again, having a state that really helps support that side of resident education in a way that only a fairly large meeting could achieve that kind of goal. I think that's a really unique partnership. And I think that that's a really awesome opportunity. So I'm actually really excited now. That's going to become one of my things that I'm going to pencil in after this conversation that I'll be excited to go peek into.
Yeah. And I'll say too, another thing that's really special is, we have our students, and our students love the opportunity. And we've worked really closely with Barry to really integrate, see what they want. What do they need out of a conference? Please let your students come to our conference. Everything. We're very appreciative for Barry for being so mutually participatory. But also it's great for the students to meet their upcoming residents that they might see in and around the halls of a hospital, just as much as it's awesome for our residents to meet fellowship directors. Like, you have one-on-one opportunities. And then from fellowship, you can, as well as residency, you have a lot of job opportunities at stake. There's a lot of good networking that takes place. And we have really niche kind of opportunities to connect. We have a residency roundtable this year. We have fellowship lectures. We have a fellowship roundtable. We have some phenomenal speakers that really go to head on any national conference. So really thrilled. Again, thank you all who are coming and who also have willingly come to speak. This is a powerhouse as far as a national conference, and we want out-of-state people to come in because we shine. And we're very proud of this. I think a lot of people come to SAM within state because it's a great conference, but we would love to kind of share what we've been able to create.
Did you know APMA provides help with public health initiatives such as fall prevention, opioid abuse prevention, and addressing health disparities?
Did you know the APMA provides over $400,000 in scholarships annually to students pursuing podiatric medicine, helping the next generation of foot and ankle specialists?
If you're serious about this profession, if you want to grow, to lead, to make a lasting impact, join APMA today.
Joe, it reminds me of every year, at least a dozen students come into my office when they start thinking about clerkship opportunities. They're in their second year and they start going through the clerkship books and they talk to the upperclassmen and they come in and they say, hey, Florida's an incredible area to train. There's some, to your point, Joe, earlier, there's amazing programs. And so we have a lot of students kind of doing a little mini Florida tour at several of the programs
Sure.
In their fourth year. So, and then when I was in Miami, my gosh, kudos to FPMA, the Florida Podiatric Medical Association, really is a powerful group of podiatrists that are like-minded, that are trying to advance the profession. And Larissa, your immediate past president, you've seen it over the years.
Yeah. And, I'm grateful for my uppers who said, come on, like, jump in, let's get involved. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. Thanks. I'm just needing to figure out this whole life after residency and, raising a family like this. I'm good. And really, I'm so grateful for that push. And really, I'm not joking. Like, we need more people. We want our young docs. We want our more experienced docs. We need, we are very inclusive. We love the opportunity for people to jump on committees. This is kind of our yearly recruitment effort to get good brains in alignment. And, I'm far surpassed young practitioner status, but I'm still thrilled to kind of see these opportunities bloom for our young docs because, though caffeinated, they got a lot of energy, and we need that to kind of keep up going and promoting our profession. And as I kind of leaned in on all things, why join an association, why participate? It's not just all of the perks of membership, whether you're in small practice and need a 401k or health insurance for your employees. There are a whole slew of membership opportunities, but it also gets political, real quick. We're a small profession. We are running bills this year, so we are absolutely there to support our profession 100%. And I don't think anyone else in the state can say so. So, where your membership dollars are going, I promise they are spent very, very well, very, very precisely and efficiently to really promote our profession, both educationally as well as politically. So, and as I mentioned, that'll be kind of worked into our conference as well.
That's great. And Tim, would you like to add any as current secretary? You're right in the thick of things.
I am, yeah. I was elected during the last SAM, during our general elections. And unlike the other executive committee members, I am not from Florida. I didn't train from Florida. I didn't go to school in Florida. I'm that typical New Yorker who moved to Florida. And I have been associated with 3 other state associations before I had moved down to Florida. And when I moved down here, it was different. It was not only just an amazing atmosphere of acceptance and support, but it was a lot of like-minded, like what you had said before, of just pushing the profession forward. And that's why I got involved to start. I was semi-involved in the other ones, but just to see the overall camaraderie with the executive committee, executive board, and even the committees throughout FPMA, it was an easy decision to start getting involved. And the more I had gotten involved, the more I had seen that this cohesive unit was moving mountains. And it's why I ended up running and eventually became secretary. I was elected secretary.
That's great.
We're so glad you did.
Absolutely. And maybe it's a good segue into the SAM After Dark event, which is going to be for a lot of younger practitioners. It's Friday night of the meeting. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's from 10 to 12. So it's a later event after all the other activities are done, just for a social mixer, kind of mixing with different entities, each other, residents, residency directors, yourselves. Your thoughts? That's a new program, if I'm not mistaken. And Joe and I are psyched to be part of it.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's going to be kind of this exclusive after hours meet and greet, but really kind of genuine conversations. Again, making the hard thing in life nowadays is kind of making contacts. In a everyone's in their phone society. One-on-one opportunities to kind of help be a mentor or help push people along. That's what we're all about. So it's great for networking. Again, there's going to be fellowship directors, residency directors, students and residents, and our young practitioners. It's taking place in an exclusive lounge that's like top floor Disney, all the Disney sparkles and magic, I promise. And we're really thrilled to be working with some really, really key players as far as industry partners who kind of help promote our profession. And thank you both for coming. We're thrilled to have you.
We're honored to have been invited. It's, when Jeff brought the idea to me, we just love to support the profession. And there's so many different ways that you can do that. But what was really special to us about this particular one is that it hits very near and dear to our heart, in the sense that it helps uplift students and young practitioners as well. Because exactly to your point, Larissa, having the opportunity to really connect in real life with people in some of these, smaller event type opportunities, like, that's incredible. I mean, you can reach out to people through social media, you can, DM people, but when you have the chance to be like, oh, I met you at this event, there's usually a memory of that. And those little interactions, those little opportunities, you can maintain a contact, you can maintain a mentorship with various different people. And it's incredible to see how those opportunities translate over time. So we are very excited to come and be a part of it. And again, just appreciate the invitation to continue to support the profession.
And to the young students and residents, I always reference back to Mitzi Williams' discussion where she was interested in pediatrics. And so she's at a meeting and Dr. Ponsetti's given a lecture and she runs right up to him and introduces herself and says, I I want to be involved. And next thing you know, he was a mentor to her. But if you don't take the time to reach out and interface, shake hands, and have that discussion, sometimes those opportunities slip by a little bit. So to all the students and residents, by all means, make an effort to come to SAM, and it's just going to be a wonderful experience. Joe, you had another part of the meeting that you wanted to discuss.
Yeah. So in this idea of uplifting each other and supporting each other, what I love about local or smaller meetings is the ability to have very unique medical education. And so you guys have an assistance program, which I love these programs. We had the opportunity to send some of our medical assistants to a continuing medical education event. And it was such a wonderful and powerful experience for them. And of course, we also benefit from it. So there was a little bit of the selfishness to it. Like, we know that you're going to come back stronger. But I love that the SAM has an assistance program that includes things like initial licensure for radiation certificates. Can you talk a little bit about that assistance program and what benefits or values you guys have seen from it?
Sure. Well, historically, we noticed a trend in that this program was kind of rinse, wash, and repeat. So over the course of probably the past 5 years, it's been totally reinvented with a whole new perspective set forth this year. For radiation safety, there are some standards that are state mandates. So we have qualified and certified people doing that content for us. So all boxes are checked. But we're able to make it a little bit real world in the sense that you might not need to know the T waves on the MRIs or the, echo series, things that RMAs might not just have any sense of need for. So we are able to make it a little bit more applicable. There's also a front and back office track. So you can kind of handle front versus back office emergencies, which I think is very, very telling. I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, sometimes our staff has a couple of hats that they wear between coverage. So I think that it's very appropriate. And it also helps kind of the front communicate with the back as far as staffing issues and needs. So we do have a couple of different things going on. Again, great, huge kudos to our convention committee for really setting the motion in that regards. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, Tim, but I don't know. I mean, we also this is a benefit to our members. It's very affordable process. We want, again, if the office is closed and there's not as much going on, it's a great opportunity to bring your staff as well. And they appreciate the opportunity to come to such a fun place.
And to add to that, if you don't mind, we have now made SAM a one-stop shop. And going off Larissa's point, you can bring your office staff, you can bring, obviously yourself, your other doctors, and you can bring your family. So it becomes the conference, the go-to conference in the state of Florida every year for most of the podiatrists here. So you're able to get your CMEs, you're able to get your, camaraderie, your connections, and have fun at the same time.
Love that.
Absolutely. It's amazing. It seems like last year's meeting was yesterday, but these years click by awfully fast. So I'm looking forward to being there, and it'll be about 2 weeks from when this episode's aired this week. So I look forward to that. Any last words about the meeting? And Tim, that was beautiful. So that was like mic drop, so we can keep that. Larissa, any other last minute words about the meeting coming up?
I think one other thing to highlight is that we have a U.S. Congress man coming to our conference this year. Whether you know it or not, FPMA members, every conference we have at least 3 or 4 politicians floating the exhibit hall, being walked around. Yes, you might get introduced, so be friendly. No, just kidding. And it's really just to kind of make our profession shine. Throughout the course of the year, your FPMA representatives are going up to Tallahassee. We are going to the U.S. Congress up in March, and we are kind of promoting our profession. But a lot of what we hear and a lot of our relationships are made locally. So we really like to bring them to all the things that we do and show them. We bring, for example, in the past, they've come into the cadaver labs and they just gear up and go crazy. And there's a local politician who still talks about that day. She was absolutely amazed. And so these are really, really great, memorable things that they can still kind of fall back on when they think about podiatry. So we do have an event with Congressman Soto, where we have a VIP event, as well as an opportunity to kind of watch him in action. He's actually a phenomenal guitar player, and he's going to be up on stage with the band. So it's going to be pretty cool. And also we will have upcoming person, doctors, plural, Stelnicki. One, believe it or not, is a retired podiatrist, and his son is running for a political position. So we're thrilled to kind of be promoting a product of our own, and they'll be kind of coming throughout the exhibit hall as well. So those are two just to name off the top of our head. Again, we have a whole political committee that's thrilled to kind of give some updates as far as what's happening throughout our state. But those are a couple little highlights I'd like to throw in as well.
That's fabulous. Dr. Stelnicki was a board of trustees at Barry for a long time. And his son's a plastic surgeon, if I remember correctly.
Correct. He's a pediatric maxillofacial.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's phenomenal. We had an event with him past, so we're super, super excited. So.
Oh my God, what a wonderful family. That's fabulous. Joe, any last words on your end?
No, I love that, though, this idea of, again, promoting relationships with people, because nothing shows better of who we are and what we do than being able to see it. So I commend you on all of these different opportunities. Larissa, as you commented in the very beginning, there is something for everyone. And we're really looking forward to seeing you both in just a couple weeks.
Thanks. And hope people check in with you at one of the booths at SAM this year. So that'd be nice. Full circle.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out with the Baco team in the exhibit hall. So yeah, please come and say hello.
Awesome. And I just want to thank you both for doing what you do. I love this podcast, and I think it really highlights such great people in our profession and great aspects. And thank you for allowing us to come on here and promote SAM.
You're so welcome. It's so interesting that SAM is an educational experience and an advocacy experience, kind of what the Florida Podiatric Medical Association is all about. So thank you both for all you do and your leadership. And again, thank you for joining us on Dean's Chat. This was kind of last minute, but we wanted to get this episode out there a couple weeks before the meeting. So thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity. We hope to see you guys.
Oh, we will for sure. Well, to all of our listeners out there, if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, we sure would appreciate a 5-star rating, and even better, a couple comments. And if you're watching on YouTube, by all means, become a subscriber. Joanna and I will continue to bring leaders in the podiatric profession, both students, residents, future leaders, I should add, and then the current leaders like Larissa and Tim. Thanks again for joining us. We're going to send you each mug, Dean's Chat mug, and that'll help you, as they say, start the day the Dean's Chat way. So cheers, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.